Hey there guys, welcome back to BackPocketGameReviews, and well, the Nintendo conference just finished, and we all know I probably still have a little Nintendo left on me. So let's go ahead and recap the glorious thing that was Nintendo's press conference. Nintendo always keeps it short and sweet. This year was actually a lot longer, but it was mostly because of Super Smash. But essentially, if you didn't want to catch the Super Smash content, you didn't have to. So, they showed off a little bit more of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, and they showed that Pokeball Go thing that it comes with. I don't remember what it was called. I had it, Pokeball Plus. That's it. It's sort of like the... yeah, you know what I mean. So it comes with a Mew if you get the Pokeball Plus, and you can take your Pokemon with you. I have no idea what that means, take them with you. I don't know if it's like the whole concept where they earn candies because they're walking with you or what. I'm sure we'll find out sooner, probably rather than later. I was a little upset they didn't show off any of the actual mainline Pokemon franchise, because there is still supposed to be a traditional Pokemon game coming to the Switch. Then they showed off Super Mario Party. So obviously I'm a 90s kid, and I absolutely love Super Mario Party. I also have 2 kids and a wife, and that's one of those games that is fun to play together as a family. Mario Kart can be fun to play together as a family, but it just essentially makes my whole family hate me because I win every time. But Super Mario Party kind of has a little more odds to it. It's not like it's a skill-based solely game. It's sort of like a board game where your odds are kind of what can help power you through that game. But the last couple franchise entries of Super Mario Party have kind of been meh. This one did look like it's going to be incorporating a lot more of the old school stuff and maybe lost a little bit of the stuff that kind of ruined it to begin with. But Super Mario Party's always still been fun. Like, I still will play the 3DS ones with my son when he wants to. Granted, we never really played too much of those. He's not a big fan of losing, and I don't believe in letting your kid win just to let him win. Might be me. Then there was Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So that was one of my predictions. I stated that you would be getting a mainline Fire Emblem from Nintendo. Now you are. There will be a mainline Fire Emblem game from Nintendo on the Switch. It did look really good. I've never been a huge fan of the Fire Emblem series. It's usually because they are so overwhelmingly unforgiving with the permadeath. And then if you play it without the permadeath and you tell someone that, they kind of belittle you, acting like you shouldn't even be touching a Fire Emblem game if they're like a diehard Fire Emblem fan. So that's always kind of been a little bit of a put-off to me about that series. However, the series is fantastic. It is very well done. I did play a couple of the 3DS ones. I just didn't tell people when I was playing them because I didn't really want to have to admit I was playing it without the permadeath. I just don't like dying and not being able to come back, right? If I make a bad decision, which I make plenty of bad decisions, trust me, you guys have seen some of the jokes I've made on this channel. Sometimes it gets people killed. Thankfully, my bad decisions in real life don't get people killed, they just get people offended. So let's unbunch our panties and move forward. So, Fortnite for the Switch. They showed off Fortnite for the Switch. It was actually pretty cool. I'm not a huge Fortnite fan. I don't hate Fortnite, but I would never tell you that like I'm someone who gets super excited for Fortnite in general. Like if my friend's like, oh, let's play Fortnite, I'll be like, sure. But it coming to the Switch does add a little more depth to the Switch's roster, specifically in terms of online competitive shooters. I do understand a lot of people do feel Splatoon is an online competitive shooter, but it's not. It is good, and I do feel it's a competitive game. I just don't refer to Splatoon as an online competitive shooter. It is still a very good game, and it is still a competitive game. It is just not that genre, right? It's hard to It's hard to fit it in there. And if it doesn't fit, force it. So that's available now, by the way. You can download Fortnite on the Switch right now. That was available at the start of their press conference. Isn't that some shit? Nintendo's the one who does the available now. I was really shocked by it, actually. But I guess I'm not, because Fortnite was already on everything else, and they brought it over to everything else pretty quickly. We also kind of knew Fortnite was going to be there. That was kind of leaked. Hollow Knight. It was it's like a, I don't really know how to explain this. It's an indie game, and it's a platformer. It's kind of like Shovel Knight, but not. It's like, I don't really know how to explain it too much further than that. It is a platformer that is similar to Shovel Knight. That's probably the easiest way to put this. Graphically, it is very impressive. It is one of those games that is hand-drawn. It is available on other platforms already, but it is available now on the Switch. That's 2 available nows. Holy Jesus of Meneses. Good job, Nintendo. Octopath. So Octopath is a game that is kind of similar to what is it? Bravely Default and Bravely Second. It is similar in the way that it looks, but with a slightly different graphic style. You can tell it definitely took very similar nods from the Bravely franchise, and I'm pretty sure it's actually done by the same team that did the Bravely franchise. But it is exclusive to the Switch. It does look amazing. It's Square Enix, and it is a JRPG. It will be coming out on July 13th, and there will be a demo available, a new demo, for you to be able to try out on June 14th. July 13th, June 14th. Nice. I like demos, especially of JRPGs, because sometimes I don't like JRPGs. Then they showed off Ark Survival Evolved coming to the Switch. Now, I was not a huge fan of Ark. I know a lot of people who got drastically into Ark, but if we're being fair, that is a game that would probably flourish on the Switch. Being able to take something that massively open on the go with you, being able to play with multiple other people that are right there, that game is like a LAN party heaven if you could get enough people around each other to be able to have a LAN party like that. I get it. Most of you don't probably know what a LAN party is. That's where you play together without the internet, but on separate consoles. I'm old, okay? Sometimes dust just comes off me. They showed that off, though. They also showed off The World Ends With You. There was a little teaser trailer of it in there. It was the mix of all of the stuff they were showing off. The World Ends With You was a JRPG by Square Enix again, and it was a cult hit. It didn't pick up momentum until it became stupid hard to find. It is a very good JRPG from what I have been told. It originally released on the DS, but they're re-releasing it for the Switch, and it's redone, so that should be exciting. A lot of JRPGs coming your way. Then they showed off Paladins. Oh my god, Paladins! Paladins sort of like a Overwatch knockoff. It's like budget Overwatch. It's not saying it's bad. Some people do prefer Paladins to Overwatch. There are slight differences. There are a lot of similarities, though. And that's available now on the Switch. I really like that they did so much available now. Whether it have been stuff that I was super hyped about, obviously the stuff that's like the super hype, like the Mario Party and Fire Emblem Three Houses, obviously that's not, they didn't do much on that. And honestly, E3 isn't Nintendo's biggest conference. Nintendo will show more at the Tokyo Game Show than what they typically do at E3. So that leaves me pretty tickled with enjoyment right now. Especially because we also know that Metroid's on the horizon. We know a lot about what's already on the horizon, but they took a lot of time to kind of talk about some of the things they have coming on the immediate and distant horizon. Then Then we went into Super Smash Brothers. Boy, do I like me some Super Smash Brothers. There is nothing better than taking a character like Mario, who is somewhat PG, and getting him beaten the hell out of by Solid Snake. Right? There's just some joy to that. No offense to Mario, I do like Mario. So Super Smash Brothers is, I thought it was going to be kind of just like a souped up version of the one that was out on the Wii U. I was wrong. This is like full ground up. There are so many changes. They're adding new assist trophies. They have every character that has been in a past Super Smash Brothers will be there. So Solid Snake, Bayonetta, Cloud, you name it, they will all be in this one, which is super awesome. Because there's always like some characters that are always missing, and they're calling this Super Smash Ultimate, which is probably pretty fitting, seeing as they're squeezing that many different characters into there. I mean, it just looked like so much fan service. I love Super Smash Brothers. They said all the amiibos will be compatible, even the ones that are from different series, as long as they have a character in the game. They showed off some more of the Inklings and how they were working, and they actually have to go into squid form to soak up ink. So, I mean, oh, Jesus. I love Super Smash Brothers. It's a fantastic franchise. Between that and Mario Kart, I don't think Nintendo could have made anything more competitive, and the competitive scene for Super Smash Brothers is absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't last a minute in it. But guys, let me know what you guys thought of the Nintendo press conference. Maybe I'm just excited over things because nostalgia plays a sweet place in my heart. Because, you know, I'm a 90s kid, and that's all we can remember is how good things used to be and how shitty they are now. Because everything is terrible now. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Also, if you want to follow me anywhere, it's all in the description box. If you follow me on Twitter, we can actually play together on the Switch. That's how I add people on the Switch, is from my Twitter feed. So, then, also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. That's very helpful. Helps me grow my community. It helps me get more views. It helps us grow as a community, though. That's the main one. But the likes have been light the last couple days of E3, so smash that mother effing like button. Tap it like some sweet poon. Then, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. I like you all being here. Stick around. Watch some more of my content. I'm sure we'll be hating on GameStop soon if that's what you're really waiting for. But guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have plenty more content coming for you, and pretty quickly here we're gonna eventually recap all of E3, and we'll talk about who won and who had the best showing, who won. But see you soon, guys.